Eating out with people, you need to have a little more ceremony, otherwise dinner parties would be boring.
It's nice of you to remind me. Here's to good appetites, good digestion, and good health.
Why don't you have a seat, Your Highness?
We would have all the nobility of Scotland gathered under one roof. If only Banquo were here. I hope it turns out that he's late out of rudeness, and not because something bad has happened to him.
His absence means he's broken his promise, sir. If it pleases you, Your Highness, why don't you sit with us and grace us with your royal company?
The table's full.
He has an empty seat, sir.
Where?
Here, my good lord. What's wrong, Your Highness?
More like how you would act if you were a woman telling a scary story by the fireside in front of her grandmother. Shame on you. Why are you making these faces? When the visions passes, you'll see that you're just looking at a stool.
Please, just look over there. Look, see. What do you have to say? What do I care? If you can nod, then speak too. If the dead are going to return from their graves, then there's nothing to stop the birds from eating the bodies, though there's no point in our burying people.
What? Has your foolishness paralyzed you completely?
As sure as I'm standing here, I saw him.
Nonsense.
In ancient times, before there were laws to make the land safe and peaceful, a lot of blood was spilled. Yes, and since then, murders have been committed that are too awful to talk about. It used to be that when you knocked a man's brains out, he would just die, and that would be it. But now they rise from the dead in 20 fatal head wounds and push us off our stools. The haunting business is even stranger than murder.
My worthy lord, your noble friends miss your company.
I forgot about them. Don't be alarmed on my account, my most worthy friends. I have a strange disorder, which no longer shocks those who know me well. Come, let's drink a toast. Love and health to you all. Now I'll sit down. Give me some wine. Fill up my cup. I drink to the happiness of everyone at the table, and to our dear friend Banquo, whom we miss. I wish he were here. Let's drink to everyone here and to Banquo. Now everybody drink.
Hear, hear.
Go, and get out of my sight. Stay in your grave. There's no marrow in your bones, and your blood is cold. They're staring at me with eyes that have no power.
Spoiling our pleasure tonight.
I am as brave as any other man. Come at me in the form of a rugged Russian bear, an armor-plated rhinoceros, or a tiger from Iran. Take any shape other than the one you have now, and I will never tremble in fear, or come back to life again and challenge me to a duel in some deserted place. If I tremble then, you can call me a little girl. Get out of here, you horrible ghost, you hallucination, get out. I am a man again. Pray you sit still. Look now that it's gone, I'm a man again. Please remain seated.
You have ruined our good cheer and disrupted the gathering by making a spectacle of yourself.
Can things like this happen so suddenly without making us all astonished? You make me feel like I don't know myself. When I see you looking at these terrible things and keeping a straight face, while my face has gone white with fear.
What things, my lord?
Please, don't speak to him. He's getting worse and worse. Talk makes him crazy. Everybody please leave right now. Don't bother exiting in the order of your rank. Just leave right away.
Good night. I hope the king recovers soon.
A kind good night to all.
There's an old saying, the dead will have their revenge. Gravestones have been known to move, and trees to speak, to bring guilty men to justice. The craftiest murderers have been exposed by the mystical signs made by crows and magpies. How late at night is it?
It's almost morning. You can't tell whether it's day or night.
What do you think about the fact that Macbeth refuses to come to me when I command him?
Did you send for him, sir?
I've been about this, and tomorrow, while it's still early, I will go see the witches. They will tell me more, because I'm determined to know the worst about what's going to happen. My own safety is the only important thing now. I have walked so far into this river of blood that even if I stopped now, it would be as hard to go back to being good as it is to keep killing people. I have some scenes in my head that I'm planning to put into action. I have to do these things before I have a chance to think about them.
You haven't slept.
Yes, let's go to sleep. My strange self-delusions just come from inexperience. We're still just beginners when it comes to crime. Don't I have a reason to be angry, you disobedient hags? How dare you give Macbeth riddles and prophecies about his future without telling me? I am your boss and the source of your powers. I am the one who secretly decides what evil things happen, but you never called me to join in and show off my own powers. And that's worse. You've done all this for a man who behaves like a spoiled brat, angry and hateful. Like all spoiled sons, he chases after what he wants and doesn't care about you. But you can make it up to me. Go away now, and in the morning meet me in the pit by the river in hell. Macbeth will go there to learn his destiny. You bring your cauldrons, your spells, your charms, and everything else. I'm about to fly away. I'll spend tonight working to make something horrible happen. I have a lot to do before noon. An important droplet is hanging from the corner of the moon. I'll catch it before it falls to the ground. When I work it over with magic spells, the drop will produce magical spirits that will trick Macbeth with illusions. He will be fooled into thinking he is greater than fate. He will mock death, and he will think he is above wisdom, grace, and fear. As you all know, overconfidence is man's greatest enemy. Listen, I'm being called. Look, my spirit is sitting in a foggy cloud waiting for me.
Come on, let's hurry. She'll be back again soon.
What I've already said shows you we think alike, so you can draw your own conclusions. All I'm saying is that strange things have been going on. Macbeth pitied Duncan after Duncan was dead, and Banquo went out walking too late at night. If you like, we can state that Fleurance must have killed him, but because Fleurance fled the scenes of the crime. Clearly, man should not go out walking too late, and how can help thinking monstrous it was for Malcolm and Donalbain to kill her gracious father. Such a heinous crime. How I said Macbeth, wasn't it loyal of him to kill those two servants right away while they were still drunk and asleep? That was the right thing to do, wasn't it? Yes, and it was the right thing too, because we all would have been outraged to hear those two deny their crime. Considering all this, I think Macbeth has handled things well. If he had Duncan's sons in prison, which I hope won't happen, they would find out how awful the punishment is for those who killed their fathers, and so would Fleance. But enough of that. I hear that Macduff is out of favor with the king because he speaks his mind too plainly, and because he failed to show up at Macbeth's feast. Can you tell me where he's hiding himself?
Duncan's son Macbeth, whose birthright and throne Macbeth has stolen lives in the English court. Their saintly King Edward treats Malcolm so well that, despite Malcolm's misfortunes, he's not deprived of respect. Macduff went there to ask King Edward for help. He wants Edward to help him for an alliance with the people of Northumberland and their lord Suard. Macduff hopes that with their help and with the help of God above, he may once put food on our tables, bring peace back to our nights, free our feasts and banquets from violent murders, allow us to pay proper homage to our king, and receive honors freely. Those who Those are the things we pine for now. Macbeth has heard the news and is so angry that he's preparing for war.
Did he tell Macduff to return to Scotland?
He did, but Macduff told the messenger, "No way." The messenger scowled and rudely turned his back on Macduff as if to say, "You'll regret the day you give me this answer."
That might well keep Macduff away from Scotland. Some holy angel should go to the court of England and give Macduff a message. He should return quickly to free our country, which is suffering under a tyrant.
I'll send my prayers with him.